Well, good morning, Interbet fans, and welcome to the preview for Scottsville Sunday, the 29th of November. And we've got a 9-race program. Nice to be back at Scottsville. The course is apparently in fantastic condition. We've got a 23 pentometer, good to soft. They've had a little rain, but should make for fantastic racing. And I'm sure we're on the outside track because it doesn't say, and it never does. And this is one of the faults with the racing industry. They just don't seem to be able to put down even the most basic things. The pentometer yesterday, they said, was 19 at Turpentine when we looked at 8:30. It ended up 23, which is absolutely fantastic. How they got 19, no one knows. Right. Just interesting, Summer Pudding. I've got to just salute the mare. She is absolutely unbelievable. Never in my wildest dreams did I believe that she could win the race. Never mind win it the way she did, and a fantastic job done by Paul Peter, and I thought that Warren Kennedy rode a fabulous race. He got her in, one off the paint, and she was just the only horse in the race. The rest of them looked like a bunch of hacks behind her, and there's some very disappointing runners. When you see horses running distances last in summer cups, you've got to know there's something wrong, and really 3 of them ran a distance last. It's very, very interesting that you get these type of things happening, because they should all be within a handicap. They should all be within 6 or 8 lengths of each other. Well, she beat the third horse by 7.5 lengths. So let's get into today's program. I'm going to do a program during the week chatting about all the local things that have been happening. I'll keep you up to date, but that means that you should subscribe so that you'll get to know when we do our live interview and chat during the week. 12:10, first race, Work Riders Novice Plate, 1100 meters, and yes sir, I Can Boogie goes back to her favorite track, and she should be able to win a race like this. She's certainly the best filly in the race, and I do like her. Sir Pom, ignore his last start. He's got ability, this horse, and gets Rachel Venica. She won the last one, so this is a big up. She's a very good little rider. Wunderbar from the Doug Campbell stable, certainly course and distance suited as well, and I think will run well. They look like the 3. Right, let's move on to race 2, 1000 meter maiden plate, and I do like Bernie's Dream here. I think the stable's out of form, but Keegan DeMello gets aboarded, which is a big jockey up at Ed Gates. First time ran all over the racetrack. He couldn't seem to control it, and then Mafania rode it last time, and certainly that's nowhere close to Bernie's Dream's run. With DeMello, I think there's big value at 8-1. I'd have a very good each way bet. What are the others? Prince Tyrion, the Pathfork, Mark Dixon, come back into form, very good last start. Toothless might improve, but I think needs further. Then what else is there? Seen the Light and Sugar and Spice. Sugar and Spice gets Anton Marcus. Well, I think that's the first time Pat Coles has ever had Anton Marcus ride for him. Big day for him. Race 3, Maiden Plate, 1200 meters, and very difficult race this. I would think that East Coast Star is the right horse, but it ran on the Poly first time. Peter Muscat, congratulations to him on winning the Merchants yesterday. He's trained all over the world, Peter Muscat, and shown that he's a very, very capable man. Boogie Shoes might be my first choice, should run very well. Billy Jacobs and Gary Rich. Irish Bell, Anton Marcus jumps aboard with 3 good runs to his name, so that's got a big chance. Of Budra ran a much better race last time, first time on the Poly. Number of horses go in there. Difficult race. Race 4, Maiden Plate, 1400 meters, and here I like Banzai Pipeline. I think he was terribly unlucky last time. The decision of the Stipes, well, very questionable, and we'll see today if he's able to get it right. Northern Warrior, 2 very good runs, gets a 4-kilogram claim, and Grey Ocean, Warren Kennedy, drawn 15. That's not going to help it over the 1400 meters for Gavin Van Zyl. Race 5, Maiden Plate, fillies and mares, and I think a number of horses come into this one. I like Reckless Love. I liked her last time. She never got in the race. She was always battling, and this might suit her a lot better. So I like her. I think she's a big runner. Wichita, ignore its last start. It did run a good race, and I expect it to run really well here. Nirvana Girl gets Anton Marcus, big chance. Theatrical Moment, Shape of You looks like the best of the Gareth Van Zyl runners with Warren Kennedy. They all go into the play. Race 6, Maiden Plate, fillies and mares, 1950. top 5 are the horses that will fight it out. There doesn't seem to be anything else. Corsage is interesting because she now goes back onto the turf, and she might be good enough to be able to win a race like this, Corsage. Certainly with a regular pilot on, and he comes off winning a Group 3 yesterday, so well done to Calvin. Very pleased for him. Simply Complicated, Distance Suited, Anton Marcus, big chance. Free State Star, well, got form, and Dennis Ryer's back in form. They had a very good winner during the week. As I said to you, Stelvio gets to the front, she'd be very hard to beat. So they all go in. Ideal Jet, not a bad first run. And Paul Peter comes all the way to KwaZulu-Natal for Ideal Jet. Well, this is probably the right race for her. Right, race 7, Pinnacle, 2,400 meters. You can't look past Marching On Together here. I think he looks like the right horse, and he should be able to win this. Mangrove's a big, strong front runner, so he could get away from them, and he might be the danger. But at the weights, Marching On Together looks absolutely home and hosed. The other two that have got chances, Jack of Hearts and Wealthy. Race 8, Pinnacle, 1,400 meters. And here's another one you can't look past. Price's Ruler looks weighted to win this race and looks like the right horse. Wayne Calder, Silent Crusade, they shouldn't be able to beat Price's Ruler at these weights, and I fancy him strongly. Shareholders, the class. Is this not too short for him? That's the question. Muzieni gets to ride him again, and he rode him extremely well last time. Race 9, Fillies and Mares, 1,200 meters, and I make this an absolute three-cornered contest. I like Solar Flare. Anton Marcus aboard, I think, is a big runner. Hawker Typhoon's got really good form and should go extremely well. And then Crosette comes back from a break again, raced with some distinction last time in quite a strong race, so I would think that she might be able to go in here. Hasn't gone to Cape Town with Dennis's horses, but Stuart Ferry's doing a good job. Very interesting day. There look like a couple of standouts, and we'll be back again tomorrow for Greyville. It's just an ongoing program. Greyville, they'll be racing on the Poly minor stakes program tomorrow. Have a great rest of the weekend, and watch Arsenal give them a big clap this afternoon. Subscribe, please.